Hello, welcome on the Sunday afternoon, the voice of Stockton, KXVS, the afternoon. My guest, Rita Carter. Oh, I'm sorry. My co-host Connie Odea will announce who our guests are. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Doug, and hello to everybody out there. Today we are honored to have two very special women here to tell us about their organization. And on my right is Rita Carter. Overstreet. I'm sorry, dear. Okay. That's Rita Carter, Overstreet, and also Anita King. And I'm going to turn the show over to them and to Doug, and we'll be so glad to have you listen and watch us today. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Rita, now go ahead. It's your show. Talk about what you represent and what you want to, a community want to hear from you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Doug, for inviting the Sisters of the White Cane to be a part of your radio broadcast today at KXVS, Voice of Stockton. Again, my name is Rita Carter Overstreet, and I'd like to share a little bit about myself. I did post a little bio. Well, Doug posted for me, and for those who have read it, you may have a little more insight than those who weren't able to attain the information. So as I stated in my bio, I've always worn glasses, and I had poor vision diagnosed by the age of 6. And I've always worn glasses, so yes, it was a struggle through school. But I'm the youngest of 3 siblings, and I'm the youngest girl. I have an older sister, and I attended school in the Stockton Unified School District. I attended Grant School, which is still here in Stockton, Jackson School, which was no longer there, and I am a graduate of Edison Senior High School, class of 1973. When I graduated from Edison, there had been a few misdiagnoses of my vision, and so when they did come to the conclusion that it was cone rod dystrophy, the damage to the retina was inoperable. So I have dealt with progressive blindness throughout the years, and I'm now 62 years old and still dealing with different episodes. Also, I graduated and attended the University of the Pacific in the early 70s, but I had to leave the University of the Pacific to help take care of my mother because she had fallen ill, and I needed to get some type of income so we can take care of her. I then later worked at Rainbow Bakery for over 12 years, but then I had another episode with my vision which forced me to leave my employment. Throughout those years, I did a business with our family, which was a janitorial business here in Stockton. We had different contracts with the state. And then in 1996, I went to the Blind Center because, again, I had another episode with my vision, and I decided before I lost all of my vision, I wanted to learn how to function as an individual with visual impairments or possibly total blindness. Then I attended Delta College for a number of years. I went back because Ted Wattenberg and Charlene Furness, who was also an employee at the time at the Department of Rehab, she convinced me to go to Delta because Ted Wattenberg had an excellent department for adaptive technology for those who were visually impaired or blind or had the use of one hand, or they were hearing impaired or totally deaf. And he offered us different avenues and options so that we would not just fall through the cracks and get lost as technology and life was quickly changing for all of us, and wanted us to be able to stay in the mainstream of life. And so I went back to Delta. I took various classes, and then I met my professor named Vivian Harper, who convinced me to go into the field of early childhood education instead of going back to pursue my degree in sociology and psychology. And I fell in love with working with children, specifically toddlers. And so that's when I began my pursuit for higher learning in the field of early childhood education. And as that progressed, I then graduated from Delta, and I then was accepted into the teacher pipeline program at the University of the Pacific, where I was blessed to attain my BA degree in diversified education, early childhood education. I have a BA degree in liberal arts, along with the AA degree in general business, with numerous certificates in family consumer sciences. And at that point, I was going to the Community Center for the Blind off and on, and then I became more of what would you call a current client. As my vision, I have more episodes with my vision, and so I went to the center,
When
learned
you say
Braille.
episode, you mean problem?
Yes, I mean problems with my vision. The retina specialists, they didn't know what was causing it, so they said it was a rare form, and they said because it's cone rod dystrophy, it's still considered as inherited or congenital, but they aren't quite sure that if that is congenital, so they're trying to isolate 20 genes out of 120 to test in order to see exactly what is causing my progressive blindness.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, Darsh. I just want to. Okay.
Okay, what else would you like to know?
Oh no!
I want to turn it over. Okay, I would like to turn it over to Anita King at this time.
Anita. Well, thank you for everything, for information about. Okay, okay, Anita King. Thanks for coming.
Oh, hello. Well, welcome, everyone. My name is Anita King, which they just said. Raised in Stockton, and I attended all local schools, graduated from Edison High School, class of 1960. Then after that, I went to work in a doctor's office as a receptionist. This is what my gift is, reception. I like to meet and greet people. Then I retired from Stockton Unified, the Human Resources Department. I was personnel tech. So my eyes started getting bad in the, 2004. I was diagnosed with Stargardt disease. It's deterioration of the retina. And so I started at the Community and the Blind, doing their programs, learning the computer. And then I worked for them for 3 years. And then as being client, we got our group together as Sisters of the White Cane, which I am Rita's the president and I am the secretary. So I can give it back to you and you can tell a little bit more, Madam President, about the Sisters of the White Cane.
Thank you, Miss Anita. Sisters of the White Cane, we started out with 8 or 9 members, and now we are up to 27 members. We have 6 that are totally blind in our group. We have 6 members who are sighted, and the rest of us are what we consider visually impaired, or VIs. And we will be 2 years old November 2017, our club. We're not an organization yet, nor are we a nonprofit organization or for-profit organization. We are a club of ladies, and I need to put a disclaimer that we are clients of the Blind Center, but Sisters of the White Cane is not a program of the Blind Center. The center does offer their van when there are times that we go and celebrate one of the ladies' birthdays in our group, but at that point, that is what they offer being that we are clients there, but it is not a program of the center. Also, many of our members, I want to say we're like an eclectic group. You know, we have many ethnicities, people from different backgrounds, social status, denominations. Some are grandparents, some are mothers, some don't have any children at all. But the one common bond that binds us all is that we are believers. We believe in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We know that we serve a mighty God. And we believe this is why our group is becoming a lot stronger, and we're coming together and having more faith and confidence in what we want to portray as individuals who are visually impaired or blind. Our group, our mission is to be another beacon of light for the visually impaired or blind in our community, in our county, you know, in the state of California, nationwide. That's our dream. That's what we're seeing for our group. And show that we are still productive members, that we have aspirations and dreams, and we want to inspire our youth that are coming up who are dealing with visually impairments and or they're totally blind, or even adults who have lost their sight or weren't aware that they are still productive members. We want to instill that confidence in them, that coming together as one, that there are things that we still can give back to the community coming from us when given the opportunity and we're given the resources and we're receiving the support, that we can be productive and show that we can give back, that we don't, you know, not to look at our loss and have sadness for us, but look for what we're able to offer, the assets, not a liability, but our abilities that we still have left, that we're able to give back, and continue to pursue the many different avenues that are out there, especially with all the new technology that's out there and medical advancements. There are a lot of things that we are able to do if companies or businesses or whomever may be seeing us on the streets see us as productive, not as a liability. So Anita, what else would you like to add to this?
Another thing about our club, Sisters of the White Cane, we do have monthly dues, and then one is just dues like a member, we take them to lunch. The other one is for special funds. Our special funds are if someone gets sick or we want to send flowers to someone, we have the money. So I'm pretty hard on the ladies when it comes to due time, because I said it's dues. And we are very a close unit because we help one another. Like, I do have some vision, you know, but I use a lot of devices. Like I have the magnifiers, or if I can't read a sign or whatever, I have someone else to help me also. But the total ladies, I really can help them a lot. Oh, here's the curve, or what, go straight or left, right. We all turn around together, you know. It's really a fun thing. I mean, it's just, we just stick together closely as sisters.
Yes.
And our colors, as you see, is black and white. We all wear white pants and our black tops, which is a logo on here, Sisters of the White Cane with the cane. When we go to meetings, we wear our caps, but we have dress hats. And everyone can decorate the hat as they want, but it all looks different. And when we come in, you know, we are really have been recognized, like, oh, wow, you guys look so nice. And I am very happy to be a member of the Sisters of the White Cane because we're growing. And some of the members that we have a one that does flowers, or
Pat Harvey.
Pat, she does. She has a flower shop, or anything goes wrong. We got flowers coming. Janice, what's Janice? I don't know her last name.
Our new member?
Yeah, our new member, Janice.
Our new member is Janice Waltz. She is our blind archer.
Yes.
Like an artist?
No, archer.
Archery.
She shoots archery.
Yes.
She
yes.
has been recognized in Paralympics all around the world.
All around the
Wow.
world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Janice Eunice Waltz.
Yes.
Unit Waltz.
And so it's we're growing. That's
Yes.
what I love. And we do have we had a raffle for the students we did Edison and Stagg
Okay.
High School to help them with their graduation, just to get out. We just want to help.
Yeah.
So
that's our giving back to the community.
giving back, yes.
Yeah. I want to elaborate that the members of our group aren't just from Stockton. We have members from Lodi.
Mm-hmm.
We have members from Galt. We have members from Tracy and Manteca. So they're from all over, but they are, clients at the center. And our sighted members are one is a staff member who joined.
Yes.
Another is an honorary member. And as we mentioned, Pat Arby, who's of Elegant Essence Prior, she does floral arrangements. We have Sandy Jones and Rosemary Spencer, and they have really been a godsend to us.
Yes.
When we are trying to put things together or we are out in the public, they are there transportation-wise, assisting, escorting with us, and when we're out having lunches, they don't mind reading the lunch menu to us, so we're not waiting for a waiter or someone like that in order to come and receive anything. And so the Sisters of the White Cane, as Anita mentioned, and I'm so glad she said that we are sisters. We are sisters in the Lord. We are sisters just by being virtue of gender, and we are sisters of the white cane due to the level of the blindness that we all have. So we all wield the cane.
Yeah. And I have one more thing I want to
Yes.
put in there.
Please
is
do.
Our oldest member is
Yes.
89 years old.
Our youngest is 34.
And our youngest is 34 years old. So we're like
Mhm.
the age group, young
Yep.
people, middle age,
Mhm.
elderly, and the 89-year-old, her name is Betty Malarkey, and she still crochets.
Mhm.
She still plays bingo.
Oh yes, an avid bingo player.
Avid, and I
Oh,
mean,
my
she's
God.
really great. I mean, for her age, she still makes
Mhm.
blankets and baby blankets, and so that's just Sisters of the Canes.
Well, what we did in the community, as Anita was alluding to earlier, was that what we did in the community this year, in the beginning, when we started out in November, we had not done November of 2015, we had not done anything in the community. And so at that point, we were just putting in our own money, as we always do each month. So we had not reached out and done anything into the community other than reaching out to other individuals who are visually impaired or blind to invite them to come and be a part of Sisters of the White Cane. But this year, what we did in the community, as Anita was saying, there were 2 students, and we reached out to all the different schools in Stockton. We called to find out if they had graduating students who were visually impaired or blind, who were in need of graduation expenses or financial assistance. We only received 2 responses back, and one student was a graduate of Edison High School, and the other one was from Stagg High School. And so we were able to be a financial blessing to them for, in their graduation. And we did attend, not everyone, but some of us were able to attend the students' graduation who graduated from Edison. And their parents, and I'm not putting their name out there because we had not spoken to their parents to say if we could say their name over the radio or not, but there was a student from Edison and the other one was from Stagg High, and they were so elated, and the parents, one mother was in tears, the other young man, he just hugged us and he thanked us, and they gave us a tour of the school, and he was so excited for what we did, and the principals, they were grateful to what we did for the students, because they had not had anyone reach out to any graduating students who were visually impaired or from the community. The student from Edison was an individual from the community whose family had undergone a catastrophe with the loss of a parent. And this person was, he finished 15th in his class. So, yes, he was 15th in his graduating class.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So we were able to, he's going to the University of the Pacific to major in history.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. The other young man was visually impaired, and his mother shared with us that no one had ever approached her regarding, things that were needed for her son. So the things we were sharing with her, which is what we try to do, is to also be a resource to someone who does not know about the different avenues they can take for their children, as well as their youth and their students who are graduating. She was in tears, and she gave me a big hug, and he's going to be going to school, and he's planning to major in criminal law. So, like I said, it's about society giving us the opportunity and the resources. Don't see us as a liability, or no, we don't feel they're going to go any further because they have loss of vision or they're visually challenged. We have so many abilities and we're truly an asset if they just give us the opportunity. So, and when they don't give us an opportunity, we make our opportunities.
Yes.
Wow, you know what? I just hearing you with Anita and Rita, both you guys are really amazing. It's bringing a lot of, like you said, liability. People look at that as a liability.
Mm-hmm.
They don't hire jobs. They don't hire.
Correct.
But when you try to do a community outreach, it one step at a time based on students that graduated.
Mm-hmm.
They are. Now, I know they have a program for the blind.
Yes.
They have autism spectrum of there's some of deafness that go to Stockton USD, and they're not all the organizations still are not being reached to the parent as much as they should have.
Yes.
So it's kind of been me kind of like a emotional feeling that you guys are reaching out for the students that are blind and don't have that resource that their mother did not know, and then the school board or whatever did have not say anything about. There are resources outside the school board, and they can take advantage of it. And it's amazing, and it's truly a blessing that you reach out to a particular student that needed help, and they say, look, when you graduate, we'll still be here waiting for encouraging on whatever you want to do. Give a high five or give a thumbs up.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
The student from Stagg came from out of town. He wasn't from Stockton, so there were things that she wasn't aware of until she came to Stockton. And then when she heard of the group, his counselor was contacted, and they said, we do have a student. And so we said, okay. And we just said, give us a wish list. And he did.
Awesome.
And he did. And so we were able to bless both of them.
Okay, I see that you brought something to the USD. Okay.
Okay, as Anita was talking about our uniforms as Sisters of the White Cane, these are part of our incentives. We give these out to the students that graduated. Theirs was in black, and it said Blind Strong. And it's part of our incentive. As I was speaking with Doug earlier, I coined this phrase like life without sight, but not out of life. # Blind Strong. That this incentive is to let them know that even though you may not have never had sight, or you may be in the process of losing your sight and you're visually impaired, that you're still blind strong. We may learn differently. Yes, we're going to have struggles and there's going to be obstacles, but you're still blind strong. You know how to find that way to get around, to get to what you need to do. And if you don't know, Sisters of the White Cane, we are here to help you find out. And we plan to be that support system. We're not major yet, And I say yet because I have faith that we're going to grow.
Yes.
And be able to plant this seed in other areas. And we hope that anyone who is watching on YouTube or the website or listening by radio station, that you're saying, yeah, I'm blind strong. May not have this and I may not have that, but I'm strong in this, I'm strong in that. And I'm speaking to those who are visually impaired or blind. I have to tell you, we are blind strong. Like I said, life without sight does not mean we are out of life. There are things we can still do. And that's what Anita and I are here to impress on your hearts, on your family hearts, your friends, your church, your congregation, your pastor, whomever you may be in contact with. Don't feel that you can't achieve things, because you can. We may have to go about it differently, but you set your goals. You be an inspiration to someone else. You aspire to do more than what somebody might be trying to limit you to. The only limitation is going to be us, ourselves. Just have the confidence, have the faith, and reach out. We'll take your hand and trust in the Lord. Anita?
Well, Rita, I think you said it all. But I agree with everything, and it's really been wonderful to have this opportunity to let people know about blindness, because you get a lot of, your whole family changes because they think, oh, I'll get it, or you okay, and they just think, no, that's okay, I can do it. You want me to wash your dishes or whatever? You know, I am a very independent, blind, strong person. That's because right. I have to get up. I have to do this.
When
and
they're gone.
I use a lot of devices and talking telephone. I had a friend come to my house. She says, you don't need any company because your phone's talking, your watch is talking. She says, and you have everything. And they do have such wonderful devices for the blind.
Yes.
And I do have all that.
Yes. So we're grateful.
So
is there anything else you would like to do?
Oh, the devices, like I do have a watch. It talks and it tells me what time, hourly or alarm. Just say I may have to take medicine. I'll put on an alarm. It tells me. Let's see, what else I use. A CCTV.
Your CCTV.
TV, where it's a reader. You know, it has the monitor, and I can, read and make it large. And Rita, you know about the reader?
Yeah, I use the Victor reader because my recorder, I could say that's my partner in crime. So yes, it is. It really is my partner in crime, because if I'm going to deal with certain issues or speak with somebody as an advocate for the visually impaired or blind, I will tell them I have a recorder, so I put it on the table. And then there's been a few times when I didn't, but my point is I let them know that what you need, what you're telling me, I'm recording it, and if I will go back and I will fact check. And if it does not line up with what you are telling me, I will be back, and we will have another discussion, and I will push the envelope, because I am a fighter, and sometimes it has gotten me into trouble. But my point is that if you are right, then be right. And you shouldn't be worried or afraid of me saying I'm going to record our conversation or anything, or to mislead me in any kind of way, because I will come back and say, well, I have this and you said this. So my Victor reader and my computer that I have, some who are visually impaired or blind, I'm quite sure if you have a computer, you have your JAWS program on there that will read to you whatever you have downloaded, your emails or anything you OCR, and you've learned how to do that, then your JAWS program on your computer will read everything to you. And then, we all have Siri, so she'll talk to you.
Okay, let me cut back. I think it's nothing wrong having a recorder. 'Cause I used to have, when I went to school, I used to go to a recorder.
Right.
And it's not like you say, it's not like you're going to catch something with a lie. It's going to make sure you clarify what you're saying. And the three things that I have learned that I was kind of looking up on the website is three things you shouldn't do.
Not have a recorder was one.
No. Three things you should not do.
Right.
don't promise.
No, true.
Oh.
Truth, you know, and
Right.
you know the truth, and also there's another one. There's three things: promise, trust, and also breaking heart.
That you should wait. You shouldn't have trust.
You know, you cannot promise.
Oh, right.
And you cannot, you need to have trust. You never say, when you say, I promise you something, you don't do that. The Bible says, take it yes or yes, you know if you know. Whatever you come out, you don't promise nothing. You just say, okay, if I can do it, I'll do it. But
Yeah,
it's bad
exactly.
To say, not to say, I promise I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, no, I
misleading
understand that.
somebody,
Right,
So,
right.
But I guess there's somewhere in what I was looking on I posted on my Facebook somewhere, but I kind of lost as we're going that far. But I do believe that a recorder, it could be any device. It can I have an RTT, and everything when I go to school, it's called a captioner relayer. So what they did.
For the hearing.
For the hearing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So every word they say, they dictate it like a phonographer.
Oh yeah, verbatim.
And read too,
Yeah, it's verbatim. Yeah.
And when the teacher said, I did not say it, I said, yes, my
Yeah.
took
That's what recorders are for.
Yes.
In classroom also, I dealt with that at Delta College. I had the different, like you're speaking to, the different things that helped us get through our classes and everything.
In the class, some
And
of
it's
them
true.
prefer interpreter, some prefer called card. It's a very way of different the devices and equipment and service they provide. And that's what Stockton Unified District Special Ed needs to know about when they graduate.
Yes.
What is the resources when they go to college?
Yes.
Because some of them are not, it's outdated. Like, I just talked to Jennifer today.
Yes.
She's awesome. I mean, she told me,
she's a part of our group.
Yeah.
She's a member.
She said, did you know Stockton have a basic braille? She'd have to take another class to take a new braille.
Yeah, the UEB.
Yeah.
Universal
and
English.
And Stockton I do not have that
They don't have it up to date
and
yet.
That's a shame.
It's sad.
That's totally shame.
Yes.
It's a disservice. That's a disservice.
It's not, and they say they're for the student.
Yeah.
And I think we need to advocate it that if they're going to be learning, be prepared, and then trying to prepare them, they're not doing it the right way.
That's what we're saying as Sisters of the White Cane. If we are aware that there is something not being offered, or we need to address certain issues, we have discussed that we plan to be on the forefront for this. As long as we have all of the information from both sides regarding whatever it is that we need to address, we don't have a problem advocating because, like I said, we're just a small club of women right now. But I believe that we are strong enough to make a stand in order to try to make it better for our students from early age on to be able to be successful in school.
And I agree with that. And I was talking to Jennifer that it costs a lot of money to get those resources, but they could share the resources. They could donate in one school, and if the teacher from another school want to give to the student to develop that learning, reading, whatever needed, they have that accessibility already. And I need it, to me, education is important to students.
Yes.
I agree with special ed.
Yes.
Be focused on student and
Right.
help. And so that's another idea that I told her.
Yeah.
That
Because we didn't have it going through school. I struggled in school, back in the 60s and 70s. I struggled.
Yeah. And that's why people need to focus on special education because
Vision
there's a lot of
wise,
things people not talk about it, just always general education. So if you talk to Jennifer, what we talked about this morning, she'll relate to you what's happening. It's wonderful when I come to involve with disability in the community. I have learned a lot of research from the blind. Also you guys too here in High Cone. We're like having a blind month to say, right? It's good. I mean, it's good research.
Yeah.
And now I believe I think the next week will be what would the president of the club, the blind, is coming next week?
Oh, Ken
Ken
Vallant? From the
No?
NFB of
Oh, I
San
don't know,
Joaquin?
but-
Oh, okay. That's our president of the National Federation for the Blind. Yeah,
You know, but we're talking
NFB of
about
San
the Blind
Joaquin.
Center, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the Blind Center.
Okay, I think they're
Michelle?
lady.
That's Michelle,
Michelle?
Galvon.
Yeah, Michelle. But,
That's the director. Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. But that's gonna happen. She wants to be part of the show, and then I said,
Mm-hmm.
fine. And, you know, I mean, it's good to know that we have other organizations and stuff that want to spread awareness, spread
Yeah.
the community. You know, I know there's an organization called San Joaquin Terrapulse. I have not got them there. They're hard to get. They're hard to get them. I can't even get them over here sometimes, you know.
Okay.
I invite them so many times and they're hard to get, you know. So I don't know, but it's good to know all the organization resources.
Yes.
So
Well, coming
I'm
for us.
truly honored, and
I didn't
you know
tell
we're
you
kind
about
of
it.
short.
We're kind of short. I just want to say our newer endeavors, we're going to be brainstorming this month at our
okay.
meeting.
Oh,
and
hold on, before I forget, I skipped back. There's a question I was going to ask you. Hold on.
Okay.
So tell me, before I close out, there was a question I was going to tell you. Are you going to have any event coming up by the Sisters of the White Cane?
Yes, well, we'll be discussing it this month at our meeting, that we are planning to try to do another fundraiser. There are a couple of things up in the air. We're brainstorming, but we do plan to have a fundraiser before December, before the year, the year is out. So we'll be prepared for students for next year, or if there's something else going on in the community that we can help financially. It may not be a large amount of money, but we plan to try to give to help make a difference in the family or that individual's life.
Okay. I remember last year when I did the Sisters of the White Cane last year at right by S-Mart, the park. You did.
Oh, that was the White Cane March.
The White
Jennifer Gass. Yeah, that was Jennifer Gass's.
Okay,
she did
that
last
like a
year.
proclamation, or
Yes.
you were honored. You were honored
Right.
for something, right?
Yes, from the mayor.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you recognized it in the community.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes, it's the
Perfect.
recognition for the blind. Yes, for the visually
All right.
blind. Yes. So this is where we are. We haven't created our website yet. We're not there yet. We also are working on our Facebook page for Sisters of the White Cane. And if anyone would like to contact me, there's a number I can be reached at, which is area code 209.
Not too fast, area code 209.
Mm-hmm. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I need
323 323
233.
323
Okay.
8435.
Okay.
And that's Life Without Sight, or where we do the t-shirt orders. So it may say this is LWS, but that's Life Without Sight.
And all the hashtag strong, right?
Mm-hmm. Hashtag Blind Strong. Life without sight, but not out of life. Hashtag Blind Strong. Anita, is there anything else you would like to add? Before we go.
Are you sure? You might regret it when you leave.
I'll think
Anything you
about
can think of,
everything when I get
anything, I
home.
think
Like
it's
I should
pretty
have
much-
said, but it was just really a nice
It's been very nice.
opportunity
Mhm.
to get this chance to talk about blindness and our club,
Our
Sisters
club.
of the White Cane.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally.
Thank you.
I enjoy our conversation. I learned a lot about you guys, about the club. I'm very excited, and I hope I'll get a chance to see you out in the community
Yes.
and support you guys. I really
Thank you.
appreciate that. What you're doing is tremendous.
Yeah.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
It's awesome.
All right, thanks for coming. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Doug. Thank you, Connie.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Connie. You have something to say, Connie?
I'm going to come back in here
Oh.
and say that this has been very wonderful to have you here and know that we have this organization in our community. Many of you know that Doug and I both belong to the Stockton San Joaquin Lions Club. And one of our main, the main mission of the Lions and Lions International is sight. And many years ago, Helen Keller, she was at a convention, one of the first conventions that the Lions had, and she challenged the Lions to raise $10,000 for working with the blind. And what they did is raise $10 million to help with blindness throughout the world. And she called all the Lions the Knights of the Light. And so we've got a lot in common. And I want you to know also that it was a lion, a member of a Lions Club many years ago, that developed the white cane. So that is one of our big projects every year is a White Cane Day, we call it.
Right.
And we may be able to talk about that and get together with the support in the community on that.
Looking forward to
It's a
hearing
wonderful,
about it.
wonderful way of raising money
Right.
for the blind.
Yes.
And also we do have medical centers throughout the world that give surgery and operations to people with sight issues that they're able to correct. And people can come to the Lions Clubs and apply for that. So we've got a lot in common. And I'm
Yes.
so proud to know that we've got people out there in the community doing what you're doing, working with the youth and encouraging and families. This is what it is about when you're talking about being a community advocate and believing in something very strong like these women do. It's been an honor to have you here today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And I
Connie and
wish you
Doug.
the luck, and I'm probably going to join you guys.
Oh, wonderful.
I have invisible disabilities, but I do
Okay.
have sight, I do have hearing, but I have other disabilities. And I believe very strongly in what you're doing. And it's just been wonderful having you here today.
Thank you.
You know, you are so welcome.
Okay, great. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks for coming on the. It's really an honor. You guys, God-fearing women here, and really awesome to come and listen to what you're saying. It's really inspired my day. So and have a good day with your family and your friend today. And thanks for everyone for watching our show. And watch next week's show for more of ADA disability right for advocacy. Thank you so much for watching.